couple of sessions here. One's going to be my throwing drills and overhead press. The other one's going to be some throwing drills and some squats. Man, these throwing drills that Ponzio has assigned me make me realize real quickly that I am not in throwing shape. So a lot of work to do. Frequency on these are probably going to be pretty high so that I can get the hips and the leg back in shape, so I can get some throws in meaningfully before we go down to New Mexico. So, nevertheless, as uncomfortable and painful as this shit was, I'm excited about it. It was great to be able to just get in some movement, get in some real athletic stuff, and doing it right before my lifting is kind of probably the best way I can do it. Make sure I have the energy that I need for it, and then I can pick my assistance exercise based on the amount of energy I have left instead of sacrificing throwing for lifting. So after I got done with the throws practice, I went into some overhead press. It was a push press day. Y'all know how I feel about my push press. I've explained it enough, I think. Dr. Josh thinks it's going to be the key to unlocking a good season for me, which, when I look in history, probably my best complete season ever was 2023, the year that I went pro. And also that was after an off season where I concentrated heavily on my overhead press, on my push press specifically. So there's definitely some logic behind it. I've heard it more than once. Matt Vincent's talked about it. I think Justin Blatnick has mentioned how much his overhead press is beneficial for his throws. So usually gonna do, even though it is push press day, I do try to make sure I hit the strict press just to kind of warm up and feel all the positions, so that I'm not neglecting anything by having a good push, because I typically do have a pretty good push. Overhead strength is coming up pretty good. Being able to strict press 225 for 5 is no small feat for me. And then like I said, get into the push press, get into the athletic movement. On this day, I worked up to two singles at 285, which is supposed to be about 95%. But just like with my deadlifts last week, this felt like less than 95%, and that's a good sign. Might need to adjust some numbers at some point, but these both felt really good. They moved really smooth. Didn't feel unstable in the overhead position, which is generally my weakness for that. So yeah, all the way around, good stuff for me. So excited about that. So that was it. I, in the gym for a long time doing those throw-in drills, talking to people. It was a team training day for my rugby team. So we shoot the shit between sets, and so it takes a little bit longer, and zaps the energy while you're doing it. And so yeah, I didn't get much accessory in. I did some tricep work after that. Didn't film it. And then this is today's training, actually. Squats and some throws work plus some mobility. Again, I have to figure out what assistance work I have time for. I think I'm gonna have to plan my sessions a little bit differently. Maybe come in or do some of my throws stuff completely separate from gym sessions, so that I don't feel like I'm stacking it all together and taking 3 hours, 4 hours to do it. Don't like to I don't like to be away from home that long on a day off. So whatever. I think I need to break them into 2 sessions more than likely, and find a way to get it in that way. But this stuff still hurts, still uncomfortable, still very frustrating to not feel comfortable in positions that I know I need to be. But it was already better in this session than it was in the first one. So we'll just keep compounding. We'll keep layering it on. Like I said, I'll get the frequency up on these training sessions probably 3 times a week. I don't know, whatever Nick tells me to. Whatever Ponzio is use his coach's brain to dictate what I should be doing. Like I said, yeah, it's getting a little bit better. Really focusing on not only getting the hip through, getting the foot going, getting the hip, getting the knee, all the things. Really trying to focus on keeping the keeping the weight back over that right foot as well, keeping that center of gravity or center of mass over the foot so that I'll be able to translate lots of power. It's easier to do when you're doing these slower drills, which is exactly why I do them. And then once we get a little bit more dynamic and actually practicing like a step back like this, to find my balance, to feel that stretch from the left leg getting into the block position. And then you'll see here in a minute, getting into some actual glide work, some with the PVC pipe and then some with the med ball. Haven't advanced to throwing anything yet necessarily. I mean, you've seen my drills otherwise, the flips drill, just kind of more of a release shot put drill, but I haven't started actually throwing the implement with any sort of real intention yet. So I'm excited to see where that takes me, what it's going to be like when I actually do put the implement into my hand. Throwing outside is pretty much a no-go at this point. Still got several feet of snow, inches thick ice everywhere. Temperatures, I think this morning was 0 again, and I don't think it's got above 15 degrees today at all. So yeah, still dealing with a lot of wintertime conditions, which is really getting in the way of kicking off a season, kicking off the practice outside, and actually getting some good throws in. If anything, that forces me, I think, it forces me inside, and it forces me to do this tech work. I've talked about this before in my off-season training, where, you know, sometimes we get real busy chasing PRs when we're outside and we're actually really throwing. Sometimes it's hard to stay disciplined and focused on the technique work and the drill work, and you really just think about throwing it as far as you can, like a big dumb mongoloid. I'm guilty of that for sure, and I know a lot of people are. So if anything, being forced indoors and best case scenario, throwing at a wall that is 4 feet away, it takes away that thought process of, oh, let's see if I can put a little bit of mustard on this one. So I'll be thankful for it. Everything, I work with what I got, and if anything, this should just make me better. Battle through the adversity and the less than prime conditions. Glide not looking pretty, but a little bit better. Landing in that power position with the weight back is a big improvement, or a big thing that I need to work on for sure, so I'm not blowing through the power. So we'll keep working on that. And then the squats, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it was the technique work or the training that I did at work yesterday or what, but holy shit, man, I'm sore today, like just achy. And like I said, not for great reason. I haven't done any heavy lifting since the deadlift day the other day, since the overhead press day the other day, but that wasn't even crazy. And that's now 3 days ago or 2 days ago. So I don't know. It was sore, achy, but I got my prescribed reps and sets in, and which was working up to some speedy triples. The bar weight is 325 for the top sets, and then I've got the heavy bands on there, so it's pretty significant band tension. I think I remember this one being about 120 pounds of band tension total at the top. At the bottom, obviously, it lets go some, but yeah, I mean, it was a day. So I decided not to do some of the accessory work that was right after it, and instead just do some make sure I really took care of the mobility, and both just like my hip mobility and my rotational mobility, which you'll see here as the video rounds out. Yeah, still just getting it in. I don't know what lesson there is to be had about that. Probably need to consult with my coach, see what his mind is on that. Dr. Josh, my lifting coach, see where his mind is at with the assistance work, and when I'm compressed for time and I'm trying to get my technique work in at the same time as my lifting. I'd like to know what his opinion is. Would he rather me go all in and focus on the on the main lift of the day, or would he rather see me get in some of that assistance, the single leg work stuff? I kind of lean towards maybe just get the work in, get the main lift of the day in, and do one accessory, and then work on the mobility and everything to make sure the body is ready, so I can still get strong. And then a lot of the specific strength will come just from the sport itself. That's my opinion, and that's what I've worked with pretty much my whole athletic career. So that's gonna about wrap it up. Like I said, just this mobility work, just trying to feel better, and I felt way better after this, doing all this body work after my lifting. So it was a great decision for the day for me. So that's it for the day for me. Hope y'all enjoy it. Got any questions, please ask away. See anything I'm doing cool that you like to have more info, I'll try to explain it for you, or send you a reference at least. All right, see y'all for the next one.